I have a real problem with SEO gurus. And that's that they actually don't teach people some of the most necessary skills for digital marketing success. There's a certain skill, actually I lied, there's 2 to 3 skills that digital marketers, especially search engine optimization people, just like you and me, need to understand. And these skills aren't being taught, and that's why people are failing. So these skills are: so the first skill is split testing. And the reason that split testing is important is that you can get all the traffic in the world with SEO, but what your clients actually care about is getting conversions. Actually, that's a lie. They don't really care about conversions, but what they care about is goals like revenue and making more money. And so as an SEO, there's several ways you can do this, right? Obviously, you can move them up in the search results or more keywords, right? You can get them to match for more searches so that they get more clients, etc., right? But another way you can do it is actually with the traffic that they already have. And this is where split testing comes into play. Essentially, what split testing is, if you're not familiar, is you have your website right now. You have a web page, a landing page, whatever the page is right now, and obviously it converts, it gets them sales, right, or clients, and this converts at a percentage, right? So what I mean by that is out of every 100 people that visit the page, percent will always convert. Now this could be very high, you know, like this is going to be a little bit unrealistic, but if you have a 50% conversion rate, that means that for every 10 people that visit your page, 5 convert, right? So half, right? Realistically, most conversion rates are around 1 to 5%. Now, this depends because conversions can be many different actions, right? So conversions can be things like phone calls, buying a product on like a digital store, right? Opting into an email list, right? Scheduling an appointment, and the list goes on and on and on. But usually with local SEO, it's calling the business or scheduling an appointment. So typically what we can do with split testing is we can say, okay, right now we're getting, let's say 1%. So 1 out of every 100 people that visits this page is actually calling the business and becoming a customer, right? So what we can then do is we can create a copy of the page, which is the exact same page initially. And then we look at the page and we say, okay, why are people not converting higher, right? Because typically with split tests, you don't just want to test random things. I mean, you can, and sometimes you'll be able to find surprising things that actually increase the conversion rate. But sometimes what you'll find is that it's usually something that, you can notice, right? Or that someone else can notice, right? There's going to be some kind of barrier to conversion, right? So it could be something like the button color doesn't look good. People can't find, and this is a big one, people don't know what to do, or they can't find what they're supposed to do next. That's a really big problem, is if you have pages where the conversion action isn't clear, it's going to cause some serious problems. So what you want to do is test different page designs. And there's software, if you use WordPress, there's plugins that will allow you to run split tests. I use Thrive Optimize, which is a part of Thrive Architect and Thrive Suite, which is a little bit more expensive, but there's a ton of tools that do this. And basically what you do is every visitor, the way that these tools work is every visitor that lands on the page, it'll send them to one or the other. So it'll either send them to the original page or it'll send them to the new page. Now you can set this split test up 50-50. That's usually what I do. So 50%, half of visitors will get sent to page 1, half of visitors will get sent to page 2. And then typically these split test tools will also track the conversions. You need to make sure obviously you have some tracking so you can actually track what's working, right? Because you never want to guess, right? That could be you tracking if they're clicking the call button, for example, on the page, right? And then what happens is either you'll beat the original design, which hopefully you will, or you won't, right? or it'll be like a minuscule, like this page will have a 5% conversion rate, this page will have a 5.001%, in which case the test wasn't really conclusive, right? You didn't really increase it by a significant margin. And if that happens, you need to go back and then test something else, right? So delete that variation that didn't do well that you just tried, create another variation where you're testing something different, and try again. And this is the game of split testing. And the really cool thing about it is it's free to do, minus if you're using like a paid tool. But again, there are like very, very cheap tools, right? So it's more or less around, almost free to do if you're using the right tools, and it can be very, very profitable because all you have to do is literally just design a different button, for example, right? And then sit back and potentially you've increased the results for your client. So it's incredibly easy, and it's something that a lot of people aren't teaching, right? I'm going to ask you a question, right? Did the SEO books or courses you go through teach you split testing? And unfortunately, the scary answer is probably no, right? This is something I teach in the SEO Master Bootcamp because I want people to know how to do this, and I think it's a very, very valuable skill that actually isn't taught to SEOs, which is a big problem. Wait just a minute. Before you keep watching this video, do you want to learn proven, powerful, and efficient SEO strategies and techniques that I've used and that my clients have used to rank hundreds of small, medium, and large businesses in the United States and all across the world? If the answer is yes, you need to enroll in my brand new course, the SEO Master Bootcamp. It is the most powerful and comprehensive SEO course I've ever put together. It's comprised of over 16 hours of high-quality, real-world video training spread across 4 different courses and over 200 videos with lifetime updates. Yes, we're still adding content to it. It has changed so many lives and has helped so many people. So if you'd like to get access to that, click the button down below right now to enroll, because it's going away soon. We're closing enrollment, and I'm going to be increasing the price because $197 is way too little for how much stuff is in there. You also get lifetime updates. You get a LinkedIn compatible certificate that you can use to show that you've been trained in this stuff. And on top of that, you get unlimited access to me and other SEO experts as well. And you can ask as many questions as you like. I literally answer every single question students post in the Facebook group and email me. And I've been doing that unlimited access support pass thing since the inception of the course. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, you can click the button below. It has all my courses in it. All upsells and future products are also included for free. So don't miss this at a one-time price. Grab it now. No one else does that. It's going away soon. And with that being said, let's get back to the video. This is a very easy, again, way that you can get more results for your clients and make them happy and increase your retentions as well. Because I've talked to people in the group and they've done this for clients, and the clients never want to work with anyone else because they've never worked with an SEO that's sat down and been like, hey, I just doubled the amount of calls you're getting with the existing traffic. I made you more money, right? So when you do that, what happens is you separate yourself from like the herd of other people that this business has worked with before, and they won't want to let you go. And this is a really great way that if you have an agency or you're a freelancer, for example, right, people will want to keep working with you. It'll solve the retention problem. I talked a little bit in some of the other videos on this channel about the retention problem. So split testing is one of those skills that isn't being taught, and it needs to be taught, and it drives me crazy that it's not being taught. So the next skill, this is number 2, is email marketing. Now, I hear people clicking off the video, so before you click off the video, let me explain why I said that and what I mean, because this is equally as important. Here's the thing, right? As SEOs, we spend a lot of time up front optimizing and we don't see results right away, right? We spend hours creating content, filling out Google My Business, right? Adding photos, right? Creating content, right? And the reality is that why are we, letting people come to our site and leave, and we never are able to reach them again? That's dumb, right? It just is. And the cool thing with email marketing is you can actually capture that audience and you can send them back to the website at a later date. So what we can do, for example, is let's say you have an online store, right? And you're doing SEO for the store and you're optimizing all the products, right? And all that. Well, what you want to have is obviously, I'm sure you've heard of this one, cart abandonment emails, right? So what happens is if someone lands on the store from Google, right, and they go and they actually, initiate a checkout, and then maybe they decide, I don't know if I trust this page, or it's too expensive, or whatever, right? People will have a ton of different reasons for not completing a checkout, and then they leave. Well, you just lost that sale, right? You'd be surprised at the amount of money you can recover for your clients when you have cart abandonment emails. And that's just one example, because you can capture that customer's info. You can, try to warm them up to the store all automatically, by the way. You can have an email funnel set up where they get offers, coupons, so you can potentially make your client more money again for the traffic that they already have. And cart abandonment emails isn't the only way that you can use email marketing, right? For your own agency, you can capture emails of leads, right, that come to your website, and then you can warm them up, position yourself as an authority, and then actually charge more or close more deals because of email. And then guess what? You have that list, that database of customers that you can market to and send offers to weeks, months, years down the line. Now, obviously, I'm going to be completely transparent with you. That's oversimplifying a lot of what that funnel is going to look like, because, if you aren't engaging with people via email, the list dies and all that kind of stuff. But the point is that you need to be capturing the traffic that you're already working so hard or spending so much money to get. It's incredibly important. And so another skill that isn't taught to SEOs, or that they're even aware that they need to learn, and this just drives me crazy, is email marketing. It's super important, right? And it's something that, people always say, well, email's dead. Everyone on the internet has an email address, right? We all do. It's like it's actually like I don't want to say social media, but it's the account that everyone has, more than YouTube, right? Facebook, whatever, right? So you need to learn email marketing. And again, I cover how to do email marketing inside of the SEO Master Bootcamp. These are two skills that, until they're really covered by the big gurus in this space, people are not being taught the full puzzle of marketing. And I get that they're their own skills, but split testing is incredibly easy, right? I have a mini course inside the bootcamp, and it teaches people exactly how to do it. So freaking easy, right? I learned how to do it by reading a book over the weekend, okay? It's not as big of an iceberg. I'm simplifying things, but it's not as big of an iceberg as SEO by a long shot. Email marketing, it could be a little bit more of an iceberg, I think. Again, I know people are going to disagree with me in the comments, and yes, I'm oversimplifying things, but if you've learned SEO, these are skills that are kind of relevant to what you've already learned, and they're kind of adjacent to it, and they're going to be easy for you to pick up. I'd encourage you to make sure you get some kind of training in these things, because this is what's going to separate you from the competition if you run an agency. This is what's going to separate you from other SEOs that people have worked with if you're a freelancer. And these are really good, valuable, powerful skills to have in your toolkit at all times that you can deploy if you need to. And it's just another way that you can make a website potentially win for your client if you're having trouble doing it in other ways. With that being said, if you're interested in learning those skills, they're both inside the SEO Master Bootcamp course, so you can click the link in the description if you want to get access to that. But that wraps up this video. Let me know your thoughts. Please leave a comment down below. Hit the like button if you liked anything I had to say. Hit the dislike button if you disliked anything I had to say. It's totally fine as well. And tap that subscribe button if you want to become an SEO ninja. And if you want to join me for the journey, I'm going to be publishing a lot more videos very frequently now that I have an amazing video editor. Thank you so much to her. And until next time, I will talk to you later. Have a good one and stay safe.